Hello and welcome to the channel. Today we're diving into one of the most frustrating aspects of OCD, the illusion of control. OCD loves to make us believe that we're just one compulsion away from feeling safe and in control, but actually here's the twist. That control, well, it's actually a trap that keeps us stuck in a cycle of short-term relief and long-term frustration. In this video, I'm going to break down why that illusion is so powerful, and I'll share 2 practical strategies to help you stop playing OCD's short-term game and start building real, lasting freedom. And if you're finding this content helpful, please take a moment to subscribe so you never miss a new video. Let's get straight into it. So let's start with a quote from Brené Brown that speaks directly to today's topic. In the end, it's not the easy moments that define us, but the moments when we choose courage over comfort. And this idea of choosing courage over comfort is essential when it comes to managing OCD, because OCD often keeps us from making that choice. It wants us to go for the quick fix, the short-term relief that comes from a compulsion. And actually, that's completely natural. When we feel uncomfortable, of course, we want to do something that makes us feel better, and we want to do it as soon as possible. But with OCD, every time we act on a compulsion, it's really like adding another link in the chain that keeps us stuck. And this brings us to a concept from acceptance commitment therapy, or ACT, called the choice point. The choice point is a moment of decision where we have 2 paths in front of us. One path leads to short-term comfort by giving into a compulsion, while the other leads to our values, the things that we truly care about in our lives. And actually, it requires us to sit with discomfort in that moment. It's a chance to make a conscious decision based not on what feels good in the short term, but what actually aligns with our longer term well-being and goals. In my own journey, I struggled with this choice point a lot. Like so many people with OCD, I'd often tell myself, I just need to think about it one more time and then I'll stop. I just need to get that just right feeling. Whether it was checking or ruminating on a thought, I always believed that one more time would give me the answer I needed or the reassurance I was looking for. But as you can probably guess, that one more time never actually led to stopping. Instead, it led to more checking, more anxiety, and ultimately feeling more and more in that OCD trap. The real turning point, though, came for me when I started to allow a little more discomfort into my life. I began to see each urge, each compulsion, as an opportunity to practice choosing courage over discomfort. And let me be clear, that was difficult for me, very difficult. It felt completely unnatural at first, almost like ignoring an itch that desperately needs to be scratched. But with each time that I resisted the urge to check, I felt like I was reclaiming a small piece of my freedom. I was learning that I could ride out the discomfort without responding to every single anxious thought. It was as though I was building a new type of control, not the forced control of checking and performing rituals, but a much more natural, resilient control that grew stronger each time I didn't give in. Now, if you're wondering how can you start making this shift from short-term relief to long-term resilience, well, here are 2 techniques that can make a real difference. The first technique is something that I practice a lot myself, and this is postponement. When the urge to check or perform a compulsion arises, you don't need to resist it outright if that feels overwhelming. Instead, start by delaying it. Set a timer for 5 minutes, maybe 10 if you're really up for a bit more of a challenge, and tell yourself you'll wait that long before acting on the urge. Now, during this time, remind yourself that the anxiety won't last forever. and that by postponing, you're actually weakening the hold that the compulsion has over you. And over time, you'll find that this delay creates a bit of distance between you and the urge. The more that you practice this, the more you'll be able to actually stretch that gap and gain confidence in your ability to sit with discomfort. And remember, each time you wait, even if only for a few minutes, you're actually building resilience and teaching your mind that you don't have to immediately respond to every single uncomfortable thought or sensation that arises in the body when you're dealing with OCD. The second technique is something I call the rule of values check-in. And this is especially helpful for keeping focused on your long-term goals, the long-term game. When you feel that compulsion pulling at you, take a moment to pause and ask yourself, does this decision align with my values, or is it just the kind of short-term fix? Think about the values that mean the most to you, the things that drive you forward and define you. For example, if your value is freedom or perhaps connection with others, then choosing to lean into that when you're feeling uncomfortable, choosing to connect with the people around you, is helping you to align with those values. With each choice point where you choose values over compulsions, you're building a habit of making decisions that reflect who you want to be, not who OCD wants you to be. And this doesn't mean you'll never feel the urge to perform a compulsion again, but with each value-based decision, you're reclaiming a bit more of your freedom from OCD's grip. Remember, both of these techniques are about building a new habit of resilience. Try not to expect, the perfect outcome every time. Just like building muscles, strengthening your ability to tolerate discomfort actually takes time and consistent practice. But the reward is really a sense of freedom that no compulsion can ever truly give you. Remember, OCD knows how to keep you in the short-term game, but you don't actually have to play. Each choice point is a chance to make a different decision, a choice that actually brings you closer to your values and further away from OCD's grip. If you found this video valuable and helpful, please hit that like button and consider sharing it with somebody else who might benefit from it. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this on OCD, anxiety, and living a life that actually aligns with your values. Until next time, keep choosing the long-term game, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.
This video is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional mental health advice, diagnosis, or treatment. If you are dealing with OCD, anxiety, or any mental health concerns, please consult a licensed mental health professional for support.